G'day everyone, Viv here. Hope you're all keeping well. Welcome back. Now again, more housekeeping. A while ago I was working on these great big mountains which we carved from those big massive blocks of foam, which I've subsequently got rid of because it was just a nightmare to work with it. The mess everywhere was ridiculous. The foam really wasn't very hard. I think in that white polystyrene there's different grades. I think there's 6 different grades. VS, S, M, H and VH, which is fairly self-explanatory. Very soft, soft, medium, hard, very hard. And that stuff would have been probably a medium. It wasn't workable at all, so I've gotten rid of those blocks. But these pieces which I was working on, showing what I was doing with it, I don't know where I got to. I'll have to go back and have a look. I can't quite remember. But I have done a little bit of work on them. I think I got to the painting stage before, and I've started adding the details and flocks and all that sort of stuff. So let's quickly have a look at those. I need to finish them off. They're not quite finished yet, but I'll point that out as we have a bit of a look around. So here are those 2 pieces here, and you can see that I've applied some flock to the pieces, including some static grass clumps. I've added some dirt. It's all Woodland Scenics products. Some dirt, some light grass. I can't quite remember. I never take notes and then end up in trouble. So the tops of the pieces also have a little bit of a layer on them. You'll notice that in some areas, and here's a great example, where it's sort of pulled a little bit, this area just here. And that's from a very specific technique that I used, which has caused that effect, but I can come back and fix. So I basically took a bunch of static grass and just sprinkled it all over the top of the model. Just dry, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. And then once I was happy with the placement of that, not static grass, that flock, sprinkle, 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 I just dusted around with a paintbrush just to clear it up. And then from a distance, I used a sprayer up on an angle to spray water up in the air so it would land on the top of the model. And then once everything was a little bit wet, I used a syringe and I just dropped very watered down PVA all over the model. I really wish I had some photos. And it was almost white. And then everything has set quite significantly. But I need to go back and do it several times because as you spray the water and the droplets come down, it moves the foliage that you've added onto the top of the model. Some of it runs down, some of it doesn't, some of it just gets dispersed and it looks like droplets have landed on it, because droplets have landed on it. So there we go, there's our update on those 2 big mountains that I was working on. I still need to apply another layer of flock to them, just to help finish them off. Add a bit more clump foliage, some static grass, and they'll be done to either sit here in the workshop or maybe I'll give them away to somebody located here in Melbourne. If you're interested in them and you live in Melbourne, let me know. Good chance that they could be yours. That's about it. I'm sorry I didn't get any video of the footage. Maybe I'll get a small test model out and just show you what I did. But maybe that verbal explanation will be enough. Anyway, thanks for watching, as usual, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.